Hi, my name is Jessie Rush. I'm a Texas Tech student studying dietetics, and I'll be presenting on the topic of the 5-2 diet. So the 5-2 diet was created by a man named Dr. Michael Mosley. He wrote a book about it called The Fast Diet. Um, in the book, he claims that this diet will help someone lose weight, stay healthy, and live longer with the simple secret of intermittent fasting. The diet is pretty much just as simple as 5 days of regular eating and then 2 days of 25% of your caloric intake. So for the average person being 2,000 calories, that would be around 500, but it can be anywhere from 500 to maybe even 800 depending on how much you eat. So a huge benefit to this diet is the fact that it's very convenient. You're pretty much able to be flexible and able to decide what days to fast, how to eat on those days, and how often to fast. So that might look like choosing a different day of the week to do your fast on, or it could be choosing to eat your calories at a certain restaurant instead of 3 meals, having one big meal. It's just really easy to fit into a busy schedule and just figure out how you're going to live your life around it. And this could be promising because it makes dieting a little less painful to the dieter. So that's just one exciting thing about this diet. Mosley makes a lot of claims in his book about improvements to weight loss and certain conditions such as cardiovascular ailments and asthma, and he attributes it to intermittent fasting, specifically in the 5-2 system. However, does the research actually support his claims? Many studies have shown weight loss improvements, but not necessarily because of the intermittent fasting or the 5-2 diet. It could just be from caloric restrictions, and most of the studies that I could find that compared traditional caloric restriction diet, which is restricting diets every day of the week, they have about the same amount of success. Maybe the compliancy is better for the 5-2 diet, but the weight loss improvements and the cardiovascular improvements are all pretty much standardly the same. So again, one of the biggest highlights of this diet is the fact that compliancy rates are a little bit higher. One of the studies that I read was done over the holidays. It measured metabolic function and weight management, not necessarily weight loss, just maintaining the same weight, while the food increases from holiday celebrations. So surprisingly, this study had a compliancy rate of 98%. It was a 52-day diet, so they stuck at it for 52 days. This is shocking because diets that restrict calories typically have a pretty low compliancy rate. So the idea is that even if the science supports a diet and that it can actually help people lose weight, if people hate the diet so much that they don't stick to it, then is that diet really successful? That's a question that a lot of people have over the traditional calorie restriction on every day of the week. And so the 5-2 diet kind of stands out a little bit because it might be a little more easy to follow and maintain over a longer period of time. So the big question is it worth waiting? Does intermittent fasting do anything unique for your body? And that's something that the research just doesn't have enough data for. We just don't know yet. Until we've done more research, it's kind of unknown if intermittent fasting really does anything more than just restrict calories. I personally have done both traditional calorie counting and limiting, and then I've done the 5-2 as well. And I think I enjoyed the 5-2 more. They're both not fun, but the 5-2 is a little more manageable. On only 2 days of the week do you have to count and feel hungry, and the rest of the week you're just normal. And so you can kind of plan your life around those 2 days and make sure you're not going to be doing maybe a big test or going out to eat with a bunch of friends. If you want to save calories, you can do it on a different day. And so I think it's just a little more manageable. The general takeaway is that this diet can work for weight loss and may improve metabolic function. It's very comparable to a traditional calorie restriction diet, and the system of intermittent fasting may not be perfect for everyone. So if you are pregnant, or if you're a child, or maybe even if you have diabetes, it might not be the best option for you. And in some ways, it's encouraging to see that this diet might be an option that's simpler to follow and more enjoyable than the traditional diet, but I don't personally think it's that groundbreaking, and I don't think it'll necessarily heal your whole body like Dr. Mosley says, but I think it could be a good option if you're looking for a way to possibly lose weight. And here are my references. Thank you for listening.